just did a community call with Wild House Paper for their intentional planner. So you've probably seen this in a lot of my videos. I use this as my agenda and planner, but each month they have a different intention. And it's so cute. They host like a community call where you can go through and answer the intention and then chat about it with the community on the call, which is so sweet. It was great to be able to set aside the time to do this. Like, I have done it every other month, but I felt like it wasn't intentional, which this is literally the intentional planner. So it's nice that it felt really intentional. I was able to make this work with my schedule and also to be able to do something different. That's one thing I've really been wanting to do more of this year, is just like say yes to things that maybe I normally wouldn't, out of getting out of my comfort zone, of trying new things, of just like living a little bit more and not just being, so repetitive with how I manage my days, my weeks, my calendar, which I can definitely fall into like a creature of routine and habit, which I like my comforts and things like that. So it is nice to challenge myself a little bit. And obviously I'm still comfortable. I'm still at home. I have my candle lit. Didn't have to go far to do this. And it feels nice to have that like reflection heading into a new month, because we're in April and it's wild that the time is just flying. And I'm really just trying to take more time to check in with myself, like where I am, what I want. This month already feels like it's going to be busy. So just being as intentional as possible. I mean, count how many times I say intentional. You understand what I'm talking about. And it felt like this was the perfect kickoff to the beginning of the month. I still have my prompts that I go through for journaling, and I share those on Substack. So if you don't follow me on Substack, you'll find them there. I dive deeper into how I do like my monthly reflections, intentions, visualizations, and manifestations. It just helps me make the most and sort of just feel connected to myself as I enter a new month, a new season. Life can feel chaotic, and it just feels good to prioritize myself. The way that I take care of other people, I take care of myself in the same way. I'm heading out. I got ready just a little bit. My hair was driving me insane being pulled back. I don't know if anyone ever feels like that, but like my hair follicles were hurting, so I had to give it a little zhuzh. I'm actually going to a very fun event, and this is something I have committed to this year that was really like on my intentions, is saying yes to things and supporting independent people, whether that's artists or coaches or thought leaders. I don't know, just like supporting independent people. Obviously, I'm big on supporting independent brands, but I want to make sure that I'm doing the same thing for like communities and people. So a friend of mine is hosting this. She is, I guess her like technical title would be like a sexual wellness practitioner, not necessarily a therapist, but a guide, a coach. And so this is a night to rediscover your erotic self, which is very cool, very new, something I've never done, but I love the idea of having a space to do this, a safe space with someone who is leading it and with other women. and to say yes to new things. So I'm wearing all my cozies, which is great because I got my period and I am not doing the best. But the thing is, getting out of the house has always proven to help me. Like when I left to go to the coffee shop, I got so much more done working at the coffee shop than I did at home. And sometimes I just need that reminder that the effort of leaving and finding parking or whatever it may be, as minimal as that is, it is so worth it because it just changes the scenery and I feel a little bit better about my mood. I'm picking up energy from other people. I'm chatting with people. All in all, it's nice, and it's just a reminder of like what feeds me is so important. And so doing something like this tonight is also like me getting back to myself, learning more about myself, which is what April is all about for me. Is just like coming home to myself, the things that are really about me and what I want. And what a better way than a little return to your erotic wellness self. I think that's, I don't even know. I should probably know. Let me find the title. I feel like I'm doing a really bad job of explaining this. Rewriting the Erotic Self is the name of the event. Sounds great to me. I'm sold. So let's head there so I'm not late. I had a very early morning because I had to take Michael to the airport. He's gone for a few days for work. And I thought I would be okay waking up that early, but I also didn't go to bed on time. So I'm feeling very tired, but I decided to sign up for a Pilates class, something that I've been trying to like get back into. Doing movement, both like weightlifting and Pilates. I found last year when I was doing that was like really good for my overall body. So doing the thing, even though I would love to just like lay on this couch, but I know I'll feel so much better when I do that. And then I think I'll have some energy to do some errands. And then for the rest of the day, I can kind of get the work things that I need to get done, get some things organized and sort of like settle in. But I want to chat about my fun event I went to because I know I did not do a great job of explaining what the event was going to be about. Because to be honest, I didn't do an extensive amount of research, which I think actually benefited me so much. So the whole concept was rewriting the erotic self, which when you hear that and when I heard that, I thought it was more in terms of like sensuality and sexuality in that space, which it definitely touched on that. But Michaela, the host of it and the leader, who is a sexologist, she did such a great job of explaining that like the erotic self is not necessarily tied to sensuality. It really is like that true seed, that core of who you are. And so we did like a visualization experience. We did some journal prompts, some group chats. And it was so great because it actually was so on theme with what I'm doing for April, which is like returning to myself. And it really did have you return to yourself before it felt like other things had impacted you. And it was just such a great experience to do something different and also to go into it a little bit blind. I find that sometimes I research things a little bit too much and then I have these preconceived notions of what it should or shouldn't be. And so going in without that, I think was such a benefit for me. And it's also just encouraging me to try things, not have such high expectations or like defined expectations, and just, dare I say, go with the flow a bit more, which is not necessarily what I do all the time. But I'm so grateful I did that. I feel so much more aligned and in tune with myself, and having these journal prompts to go back to and use again and like continue practicing what that version of myself is and like revisiting her and then bringing her into where I am today. So, all in all, everything in April is already aligning with like returning to self and not having these expectations of other people and really learning what my expectations for myself is, what my desires are. And my desire is to have a good day. I just decided I'm going to make today a good day, even if I'm not feeling my best, even if feel like I'm fighting a little bit of a migraine, because I'm probably just the tiredness is like where it comes from. But it's just going to be a good day because we have the control to like make those decisions. So that's the decision I've made for today. It has been probably one of the most relaxing days I've had in a long time, and I'm in bed so early. I've been reading. Honestly, it's so fun to reread a series. I haven't reread a series in so long. I actually was thinking about rereading Twilight earlier this year, or I guess end of last year. I just didn't get around to doing it, but I am now in the second book of Attah, and it's honestly just so good. It feels like rewatching one of your favorite movies. And I've been reading every single day. I think I'm on day 34 of a reading streak, which I'm sure is normal for a lot of you. Is not always normal for me. I feel like when I finish a book, I'll usually go a couple of days before I start picking up another book, but I've been reading 3 books back to back. So I'm very proud of myself. And I'm also really proud of myself for just taking it easy today. And that's something that I've been practicing doing. A is taking it easy and just like not rushing and not letting my impatience dictate how the day should go, but also acknowledging when I'm proud of myself. I don't know if you've noticed that. I've been saying that more in these vlogs because I've been saying it more to myself, not only like internally, but also in the mirror when I do my affirmations. I tell my friends all the time how proud I am of them because I see it and I am so proud of them. And I realized I say that to so many other people. Like I tell Michael probably every day how proud I am of him. And I don't do that to myself, or I wasn't. But now I'm working on it. I want to be as proud of myself as I am of other people. And it can be for simple things like choosing to slow down today and do things that felt wholesome. I walked around. I popped into a couple different stores. I made a soup that I love. I also realized when I was filming it, I thought I was filming it. Majority of it did not film. So sorry that you didn't get the full soup experience. But my camera, I don't know if the battery was dead or something, but I thought I was filming me cooking soup. But I think you got the end of it. You got part of it. You got like a little bit of the soup. So doing things that really just fill my cup up, things that have brought me joy for years, like literally since I was a kid, going in and out of stores was my Saturday ritual. It was a thing my dad and I used to do. We would go to like the next town, which was like a 40-minute drive, and we'd go to Walmart, which was very exciting because we didn't have a Walmart in my town. So going to a store and just walking around, not necessarily shopping, has always brought me so much joy. And just being able to do that today, and obviously the stores in the area that I go to like are so beautiful. I can't wait to have a bigger home, not a small apartment, where I can have these things and like really decorate my home. And I also think that's practice for manifestation and like creating that life that I want on my mood board and my vision board, is seeing things and deciding if that aligns with me or if it's just a beautiful item, but it doesn't have to be beautiful in my life or my home. And as you know, I have this whole bed to myself. It feels so nice to just relax. I'm going to read a little bit more. I did my red light mask, which I fell off again. I don't know how. Actually, I know how. It was part of like a habit stack, and then I broke the stack. And now I'm trying to recreate a habit stack. So I'm trying to do it at night again instead of mornings. And I feel like at night helps me slow down and prepare for bed. So I did that. I'm going to keep reading. And then it's going to be lights out soon because I'm going to get close to 9 hours of sleep, which that in itself, proud of myself for that, really and truly.